It's springtime and the flowers are blooming, the trees are blooming, and it's all very beautiful unless you have allergies, and then you can be pretty miserable at this time of year, and sometimes again in the fall, and sometimes chronically. You know, you might have allergies that really don't abate regardless of the season, but spring and fall are very common, and certainly here in California, as we've had a lot of rain, and now it's followed by a lot of blooms, and there are some people that are feeling pretty miserable, so I thought I would talk a little bit about allergies, their root cause, and things you can do to feel better. So from a just quickly feel better type of scenario, there's definitely some natural things that you can do to ameliorate your symptoms. We have a product called Sinus Care, but it's got some common natural nutrients in it, including bromelain, quercetin, an herb called stinging nettle, which sounds a little scary, but it's very, very good for bringing up the antihistamines in your system. And so that's products that have that sort of balance in them, along with some vitamin C, are good for kind of assuaging your symptoms. There's also something called Argentin, which is a silver product actually, and it's very, very, very small particles of silver. Colloidal silver has been around for a long time, but this particular product called Argentin is very, very tiny particles, and it's excellent. They have a nasal spray, they also have a liquid, and what's beautiful about silver is in this formulation is that it's antimicrobial and antifungal and antibacterial, and it really helps with allergy symptoms, along with really anything you want to kill that's inhospitable. It's very strong to boost the immune system. So those are some of the general things we do. Some people use a neti pot, so they'll do a saline solution. I find the Argentin much more effective than that. But then it's really important to talk about root cause. So you don't want to just suffer and take something. Natural is definitely better than medications, so not a fan of medications because they always have side effects, but you really want to get to the root of it so you don't have allergies anymore. I used to suffer terribly as a kid. My dad had really bad allergies, and I haven't had any in decades and decades because I really got to the root of it. So when you're looking at allergy symptoms, you sort of have to analyze what your body is doing. So your body is reacting to something and having this histamine response. So histamine is the chemical that gives you the watery eyes and the itchy nose and the sneezing, sometimes hives, itchy skin, pretty miserable symptoms. If you've ever had a really bad allergy attack the way I used to, you can sneeze so many times in a row you can hardly breathe, and it's just miserable, but you have to suffer. Typically, when you're reacting to something out in the environment, the plant that you're reacting to or the tree, it's not a toxic thing, meaning it's not really appropriate that your immune system is reacting to it because it's not a toxin. That's different than if you smelled some bleach and your eyes watered and your nose watered. That's a protective response. That water coming out is protecting your body from this searing damage and burn that can occur from the bleach. So that is an appropriate response, but reacting to a grass or dust or some plant blooming, that's inappropriate because it's not truly a toxin. So what you want to say is, all right, what do I do so that when I inhale something that the body doesn't necessarily love, how do I make enough antihistamines to counteract the histamine? In other words, histamine's coming up, but if you make enough antihistamine, you will never even sneeze, let alone have attacks and be miserable for weeks, months, etc. So then you find out, well, what part of your body makes natural antihistamines, and that is your adrenal glands. And your adrenal glands are your stress gland. They help you deal with stress. They do a lot of different things in addition to making natural antihistamines. They also make natural anti-inflammatories. They make adrenaline. So interestingly enough, when you're having allergy problems, you're tired, you're not sleeping as well, your immune system can get compromised. Sometimes with people who are in the throes of allergies, they come in and they say, I feel terrible, I feel like I had this big long allergy attack and now I'm sick. And that does happen, and sometimes you can't even tell as you transition from allergy reactions to being ill. But the the adrenal glands are responsible for keeping your immune system strong. So they make the antihistamines, they help you sleep at night, they keep your immune system strong. So all these other symptoms associated with allergies are all part and parcel of your adrenal glands not functioning as well as they should. So of course, here at Root Cause, because we're all about getting to that root cause, we assess adrenal function. That's what was going on for me when I was a kid, is my adrenal glands were not functioning optimally. And when you restore that function, allergies go away, which is pretty cool. So you don't have to change your environment and not go anywhere near a certain plant anymore. You literally are just naturally making enough antihistamines so that you don't have the symptoms. And if you've ever taken the over-the-counter antihistamines or prescription antihistamines, you know there are side effects. You get dried out and you get tired, you get groggy, sometimes a little brain fog, and you really don't need to suffer with any of that if you can get to the root cause. So it's not hard to get to the root cause, it's natural. So if you are an allergy sufferer, or if you know anybody that suffers from allergies, whether they're seasonal or chronic, definitely have them watch this video and reach out for a consultation. I would love to help. It's really something you don't have to put up with. And what's exciting, I think, is that that same system, those adrenal glands that are creating the allergy symptoms, are creating other symptoms for you as well. So normalizing them and optimizing their function really is addressing your whole health and getting you stronger overall. And we all could use that. So I hope you found this informative. Reach out for a consultation if you want to improve your health. The website is rootcausemedical.com, and the telephone number here is 408-733-0400. We are a destination clinic, so even if you don't live locally, we can help. I look forward to talking to you.